for us, not to us. So growing up, they always told me, you got to figure out why you're here, right? And that was kind of a hard question to take in, as a child. Like, when they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would always tell my uncles, like, I want to be rich. I want to live the crazy, super exciting lifestyle of, like, a rock star or celebrity. And they always told us to use our imagination. But there came a point where, someone told you to sit down and just follow instruction and go to class and, don't be late. A lot of us had to conform, because if we didn't conform, right? And it wasn't anybody's fault, but maybe our parents told us something that we weren't supposed to do growing up, right? And that was to just sit down and, shut up. So anyways, I grew up, I didn't have rich parents. I grew up in Los Angeles, California. I decided to go to Arizona State University for school. And when I got here, right, I'm in Arizona right now, I had no idea what I was going to do, right? My parents told me, you're either going to become a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, or a failure. And the thing is, I wasn't excited about any of that. So I got to meet a lot of good people here in Arizona. And I realized that I was a people person, that I love talking to people, and I love, helping people see a different way, right? It didn't make sense to me that some of my business professors, some of my math professors, right, they weren't living the life I wanted to live. So why was I sitting there in class trying to pay attention, right? And no disrespect to, education, no disrespect to college and, the way we were taught, but we have to realize that the education system is kind of broken, if not faulty, right? And if you disagree with that, it's okay, right? We all have our opinions, but it's overpriced. And so when I was leaving college, I decided to jump into real estate, right? I went into real estate back in 2015, and I moved to California, actually the Bay Area, where the cost of real estate was really high, made good money. But what they say, like, when you give a lot of money to someone who's never had it, we tend to spend it on things we don't need, things that are very material, right? And I'll tell you right now, money doesn't buy you happiness, but I realized that being broke doesn't buy you anything either, right? I was always told that you can't help people being broke. You can't donate to charity. You can't feed the homeless being broke too, right? And even though money doesn't buy you happiness, right? I don't think I'd be happy being broke. I don't think I'd be happy struggling with my finances, right? Fast forward to 2017, I moved back to Arizona, and I realized that I'm back at square one. I wasn't going to go back to school, right? Some people go back to school for their master's degrees. All praise to them. That's crazy. I know a few friends that have their master's degrees, right? And they're still working at a restaurant. They're still working at the mall. It doesn't make sense to me that I thought, growing up, if you went to school, if you got a college degree, that you'd be guaranteed success, or you'd be guaranteed at least a chance at a job, right? But when I got back, I decided to, party it up, right? Arizona is a crazy place, especially here in Scottsdale and Tempe. And, I had to really ask myself, do I want to do this for another 5 years? Just living for the weekend, right? Being upset at Monday. And I said, no, I need to make my changes, right? So I decided to, ask the higher power, whatever you guys believe in, God, Buddha, Allah. I had to ask, like, can you show me the way? And I was introduced to this concept. I was introduced to this concept of making money on your phone, right? Without selling a lotion, potion, or butt cream, right? They told me that if I helped enough people get to where they want to be, I'd get to where I want to be. And so in 2017, I was introduced to this individual named Christopher Derrick, who I'm going to put on this call in the next 2 minutes. And he said, this isn't going to be easy, right? For anybody on this call that thinks, it happens overnight, or this is a get rich quick type of thing, you can leave the call right now, right? In 2021, we're not here to convince or persuade or motivate anybody. At the end of the day, this isn't another job. It's another source of income, right? So we're not telling you to quit your job. We're not telling you that, your career isn't worth anything. It is. We're asking you, hey, would you like the luxury, but not just the luxury, the necessity of adding an additional source of income in times like this, right? So what made me open to change when it came to all of this was the fact that it gave me the opportunity to be around a community of like-minded, driven individuals, right? And the last thing I'll say is, when was the last time your friends actually pushed you to level up? When was the last time your friends actually, clapped when you were winning, right? I would always question why my friends laughed at me when I told them I wanted to become a millionaire. I would always question why my friends never wanted to do anything else but play, the new PS5 or whatever, right? I was always questioning why I was surrounded by the wrong people. But anyways, with that being said, I'm going to see if Chris is on this call yet. No, not yet. I had to figure out real fast, what am I going to do with my life, right? I didn't know if this was going to, take time like a 40-year career, but I had to make that decision. And for anybody that's on this call right now, I want you to just keep an open mind, right? Because a closed mind is the most expensive thing you can own, right? I was introduced to all of this back in 2013 very briefly, and it scared me. And why is that, right? It scared me because I didn't know if I was okay losing, social esteem, losing that credibility of, Lewis isn't doing the normal routine, the blueprint that our parents gave us, right? So while we're still waiting for Chris, I'm actually gonna